What's up, guys? I'm Tahir Moore,
Patrick Cloud.
and this is another episode of Damn Internet. You scary.
Happy
We out here.
Monday / Thursday, everybody.
Yeah, man. Listen, we did San Diego this past weekend. San Diego, my God.
I saw that line. That was a healthy line.
We did we did 6 shows.
Mm-hmm.
5 of the 6 shows were sold out. We added the last show. The last show, I want to say, was at 90%.
Yeah.
And every show was fire. Last show was kind of like, I didn't get in their ass. I did get in their ass because when Angel was hosting, they kind of just giving Angel this like energy. I was like, listen, I opened with my normal jokes, and then I just abandoned the script. I was like, listen, let me tell you something. We did 5 shows here previously, and every show was fantastic. They started clapping. I was like, San Diego really showed up and showed out. They was clapping again. I was like, I mean, you motherfuckers did the whole thing. And clapping again. I said, except for y'all.
Damn.
Every other show was a 10 energy-wise. Y'all came in here with this 7.5 ass energy. Like, it's our fault. Y'all waited to the last minute to buy tickets. This was an add-on show. We could be back in our hotel, Winnie the Pooh style, no bottoms on, drinking mimosas. But y'all waited to the last minute, so we added another show. And then y'all gonna come in here with this funk-ass energy. I was like, y'all better get it together, because I'll do 25 minutes of knock-knock jokes.
Well, maybe they had such a good job at one of the other shows, or had a good time at the other shows, and they went back for a second, and they were just
that ain't what happened, Pat. That ain't what happened. It was because so many people requested another show, and the club was trying to do a 4:30 show. They was like, yeah, let's do a show at 4:30. We're not doing no PM. Yeah, people do it. People do it, man. DL does it. D-Ray has done it. A lot of comics will do, like, I think, who was that? Somebody did like 15.
Like a matinee, a stand-up matinee.
Yeah, they will max it out, bro. If it keeps selling out like that, yes, they will. And it was a great time, man. San Diego showed a lot of love. They bought shirts. They sold it out, and the wait staff was like, "Yo, your crowd is really cool, really good, really respectful." Excuse me. They were a little chatty though. There were times during a couple shows they was just chatting. It was like, hey, shut up, shit. So we weren't staying too far from the club. We were staying like 2 blocks from the club, so we were walking there and back. And on the way back to the hotel on Friday and Saturday, San Diego was cracking. And I can't even say on the way back. Like, it was really cracking at night, but it was cracking in the daytime. I mean, it was tons of party going on in the gas lamp. They had street vendors during the day. They had a marathon on Sunday. San Diego was cracking, bro.
It's always like that, or was it like a festival or something?
Well, their weekends be popping in the gas lamp district. The marathon is definitely not a common thing, but their weekends in the gas lamp district is just stellar. They was popping.
I don't really. I go to San Diego a lot, but I don't think I know. You said it's called the Gas Lamp District?
Yeah, Gas Lamp District. It's like downtown.
I don't know why that's not really ringing a...
All the comedy clubs are in the Gas Lamp District. You got Madhouse, you got American Comedy Company up there. American Comedy. And you got Laugh Factory down there too.
Oh, okay.
I think it's comedy.
Nice. Did you have one of those what is it? Cali burritos with the fries in it?
I didn't get one of those, bro. Our rooms came with like these credits on because of the rooms that we got. So the kids' room, because she had her own room, her room had like a $75 credit, and our room had like $150 credit. So we just did a lot of food at the hotel because the hotel had 4 restaurants by itself.
Mm-hmm.
It was insane.
4 restaurants in the hotel?
In the hotel, bro.
How big was the hotel?
It was a good size. Kevin's suite.
Was it like the penthouse?
Kev has a way of making you feel like a broke ass nigga, like nobody else. We went back to his suite. we went back to his suite for champagne last night after the shows.
Mhm.
Bro, you bent a lot of corners. It was that many rooms and that much space. You took a lot of corners going through doors and stuff.
How
The
many
the
rooms was it?
sitting area in the foyer of the suite with the
Foyer?
mechanical blinds, the push button blinds where you can like have it completely blackout or you can
Right,
have it like with the dim with the
right.
sheer blind on it. That area right there was probably about the main room we normally shoot in. It was
Mhm.
about one and a half of those
The main room that we shoot in?
at Kev Studio.
Oh,
We shoot the
okay. That was
podcast
the
in.
main. That
So
was
it
the
was like,
foyer?
yeah, that was like just the sitting area, like
Mhm.
the TV, a couple of lounge chairs, and the couch, and then the couch had a bench on the back of it, and then it was another sitting area. Then it had a standing Harman Kardon speaker. Then it had a bar area with the shelves of just wine glasses and champagne flutes and whiskey glasses all on there,
Man,
bro. It was ridiculous.
that was just the first room?
That was just a sitting area. That's just a sitting and bar area.
Damn.
There,
How
there
many
was
rooms was
another
it?
bedroom with two beds in there. That's where his boys were. That had a bathroom, and then his bathroom, his ensuite had the huge big tub for two people, and then
Mm.
the walk-in shower with two shower heads, so like two
The
people could take a
doubles?
shower. Bro, it was the suite had three bathrooms by itself. It was ridiculous,
That's a lot. That's a lot for an apartment.
nigga.
Was it like on the top floor, like a penthouse situation,
It was
or
a
like a corner
corner.
suite? A
Yeah, it
corner
was a
suite.
corner joint. So that's why it had like the wrap around. Bro, it was it
I
was it
like
was
corners.
nice. Yeah,
No,
it was really nice. We had a
I
nice
already
time
know
in San
when you
Diego.
can open your windows with a button. It's just like, all right, it's a good
Yeah,
spot.
man. And then he like where his room was, you had like just like a bird's eye view of the pool. So like, because Fran and I looked at cabanas because we were like, Sunday we were just gonna chill. We was gonna go poolside and just chill at the cabana. I mean, at the pool, we are gonna get a cabana, just chill. Cabana started at 1,500, and it had a food and beverage minimum.
The 1,500 didn't include food and beverage.
Sir, you heard what the fuck I said?
It was just 1,500 for the tent, for the shade,
Yes, nigga.
and then they're like, all right, here's your tab for your food and drinks, and it's just like, wait.
The day bed, the little day beds that they had, those big square beds, they start at 750.
To lay down by the
Yeah,
pool.
for like two or three people.
I mean, even if you had it, that seems like a bad investment.
Well, I mean, think about it, but most times, like when you're doing that, like you have, like especially like the cabana, you got like 5 to 8 people going in on it, right? So that makes it a little bit more manageable. But that's a huge flex to just drop that for yourself. And this hotel had something I had never seen before. It's called a pool suite. So basically, it was a room with like that big sliding door, but in the room they had tables, desks, couch, and all of that. It just was like a hotel room, but just poolside. So you could actually rent out the suite too
At the bottom floor.
at the pool, because the pool I think was on the third floor.
Oh, and that wasn't something that you stayed at. You just rented it out while you were at the pool. And you guys did that?
No,
Yeah, that's a lot.
that's a
Pool
lot.
room. I've never heard of a pool room. I thought you could just get your hotel by near a pool, but
Yeah,
so basically people would go pay for a suite and then book a pool room for a couple hours.
I mean you could.
That I mean that doesn't make a lot of sense. I feel like just do you swim? Like if you pay for a pool room, do you go to the pool? Or
Yeah,
do
you
you
can go to the pool because it opens
find
up
no
right
damn
to the
pool?
pool. It opens up right to the pool. They got a bar up there and everything. So like you make it a whole day.
Were people masked up?
No, not at the pool. not walking through. A lot of people weren't. Like,
Even
we
on
had
the
got on
street.
the elevator. Every time we got on the elevator, we had our masks on, me and my family. But one time we saw one person like stick their hand in, so we like held the door for them. I was like, all right, we let them get on. We thought it was one person. It ended up being it was me, the kid Farron, and like 6 white ladies. And we were just like, this is what we get for being nice.
Damn.
They was
That's
out there just living it up. And so that's why I was like, you know what? I want to get tested before I go back in because I just don't want to like risk it.
right. No, that makes sense.
It was a
Uh,
lot going on.
damn. Yeah, people are just like, ah, it's been enough time. I'm over this
Bro, they
quarantine.
acting like they acting like we completely in the clear. And I'm just like, we're not. We're not.
Well, I feel like we're less than in the clear because
Yes,
people are starting to pop up with monkeypox.
bro.
Have you heard about that?
It's
COVID might be a thing of the past. We are now having to worry about monkeypox, which is the first case in the US since 2003, which is also very recent. I thought that was like something that would be in the 1900s.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, I guess a dude from Texas went to Nigeria, and then now he is placed in quarantine for the disease. But then Dallas health officials state the public shouldn't be concerned since it's a rare virus. Monkeypox is similar to smallpox, and an infected person can experience flu-like symptoms along with a rash to the face or body. Listen, if monkeypox starts spreading, I don't know. I don't know what I would do. I don't know if I'd
Bro,
move. I,
did you see the pictures for like what monkeypox can do to your skin?
yep. It's. I don't like looking at medical pictures like that.
Yeah, but I feel
Pretty
like
gross.
if people knew that COVID could do that to your skin, I feel like a lot more people would have got vaccinated.
That's true.
You know what I'm
That
saying? If they could see the results, because the sickness hits everybody differently. Everybody's like, oh, I mean, if I get sick, I'll be all right. I do this, I do this, I do that. Yeah, but if you're gonna get these boils all over your arm and hand and all of that, but you can reduce that chance significantly by getting this vaccination, I guarantee a lot more people would have got the vaccination.
Oh, I would get the vaccination and stay home until it's over. Like, I don't even know. I mean, not something like that. I don't even know if a mask would help. But I'm I'm so over it. Like
Yeah,
now that ancient diseases are coming back. Like, didn't somebody catch the plague recently? Like it's so like it's just like all right. I was on board to chill out for COVID, but
yeah.
monkeypox is like
I'm
borderline.
still not in a rush to do anything, but just do my time on stage and get up out of there and go back home. Because my thing is like I spent, you know, one of the things I did during the quarantine was like buy stuff that kind of gave me something to look forward to. So I
Right.
bought all this stuff, and now I don't have anywhere to wear it because I'm not really going out outside of like my shows, but I want to do my shows so I can wear this stuff, right? Like even my new Hawthorne cologne, all right? Hawthorne is a premium grooming brand that tailors your personal care routine to your unique profile. I want to show it off. I want people to smell this cologne from the
Mm-hmm.
stage. Okay. I want them to see how moisturized my skin and hands and all of that is from the stage. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Get a glimpse of it. And me actually feel good about it. All right. Because it's summertime, I'm going extra hard. I ain't taking no days off on my personal care regimen. And fellas, I encourage you to do the same thing. All right. It's very easy to get on this Hawthorne train. First, you take a quiz. They ask you a couple things like, what kind of person are you? What do you like to drink? What do you like to eat? What do you like to hang out when you do go out? What type of person are you there? Do you hug the wall? Are you the life of the party? What do you drink there? They take all of these answers, all right? They combine it and they come up with a unique profile for you. And in that profile, they actually come up with a unique scent from you. So you can get this scent made into cologne, you can get it made into body wash, you can get it made into shampoo, conditioner, lotion, all of these amazing things. And now you have something that no one else will ever have when they go out. You never got to worry about somebody going to the club with you and y'all smelling the same or at the bar and nothing like this. Not going to happen. And that's one of the unique things about Hawthorne, man. They take all the risk out of shopping for personal care by giving you free shipping, on all your orders and on all your returns. And they will even retailer your products if to your liking, all right, based on what you got. All right, it's super easy. In the end, I ended up getting the essentials bundle. I got the shampoo, conditioner, the
Right?
body wash, and the cologne, and I love it. Anytime I wear it, and if somebody's close enough to smell it, they always um, ask me about it, and they always compliment me on it. And trust me, fellas, it's an amazing feeling. I mean, we all want to be complimented. Ladies, I know y'all get complimented all the time in the DMs and all on your pictures and all of that stuff. But guys, we like to be complimented. Pat, don't you like a good compliment?
I do like a good compliment. It's
Who
nice.
don't
I like
like a
a lot.
good compliment, especially when it's coming from a genuine place, ladies? I know you can even agree with this. So, fellas, if you want to get your life on the next level, you want to get those compliments, you want to feel good about yourself and smell good doing it, I encourage you guys to check out Hawthorne right now. With their subscription options personalized to your usage, Hawthorne makes sure that you never run out of your essentials. Life is complicated by itself. Hawthorne keeps it simple with a short study back quiz that matches you with your perfect grooming kit. All right. So I want you guys to check out Hawthorne right now. Check out their self care routine. Find one that works for you. Go to hawthorne.co and use the promo code DIYS to get 10% off your first purchase. That's HAWTHORNE.co, promo code DIYS, hawthorne.co. Use the promo code DIYS and get 10% off your first purchase. Holla at your boy.
Shout out to Hawthorne.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, we were just talking about some amazing hotels in San Diego.
Yes.
So just keeping in that same vein, I want to talk about some of these Miami hotels, because Expedia just dropped a letter from
Mm.
the front desk, and they are currently turning down women who just got a BBL surgery. They're fed up. Apparently, I know there was like those viral clips of Atlanta
Yes.
airport, and there was just like a whole bunch of people, women in wheelchairs. Apparently, in Miami, it's getting bad, and hotels are done with it. The message says, "Dear guest, this is a general message sent on behalf of the blank hotel and only applies to post-surgery recovery guests that have a future reservation with us. If you are not a post-surgery recovery patient, your reservation will remain unchanged, and you can disregard this message. Please be aware that as a result of the safety and security guidelines in place for the rest of our guests and our staff, this hotel does not have the infrastructure and equipment to appropriately host guests that are undergoing post-surgery recovery." Never say what the surgery is, but it says, "Please contact us if this applies to your reservation, and we will gladly assist you to modify it. Your health and well-being during your stay is of the utmost importance to us." But what that means in corporate is we are tired. We are
Yes.
so tired of. I mean, I'm wondering what the issues were. I mean, it might have been some health and safety stuff, but with just having a lot of uh, people who needed help. But I don't know if it's like, are they bleeding? Are they just hard to deal with? Like,
I would imagine they require a lot, man. Like once you get that surgery, you have to have somebody there with you to help you like wrap yourself because they got to wrap themselves in this tight bondage to help their body form. Like so, it's these wraps, and they also have like these, for lack of better words, these pieces of wood to like help it stay form, right?
pieces
And
of
then when
wood.
they get back, they need the wheelchair. So the hotel has to have enough wheelchairs to move everybody around. And then they're probably going to need airport service. So they're probably trying to get hotels close to the airport so they can get in and out real quickly. I would imagine it's a lot, bro.
I mean, apparently they leak.
Oh, they messing up the covers then. That makes sense because one of my homegirls back in St. Louis, she just became licensed therapist just for massaging women who just had that procedure because they have to get like this gentle massage to kind of just like rub the body out. And I think she said something about that. So, but that leaking, that's different.
I mean, is it leaking just out the cheeks, like seepage, like out the pores, or is it out the butthole? Like, Either way, I'm sure there's blood, but there's probably some interesting other seepage. I hear that the whole process afterwards is like really, really gross. Like until you get to see it and it's nice and Instagram ready, like they have to go through a very, very rough period of time. But yeah, everybody's using the word leak, and I hate that word because it rarely is an
She
awesome
leaking.
liquid.
Soaking wet. She
Never
leaking.
water. It's never aloe
Soaking
vera.
wet. Shake it like a sauce. Shake it like a sauce.
The word leak just implies some nasty fluid. Like it's never
What's worse, leak, queef, or moist?
queef, moist, leak in that order. Queef is by far the worst because that just wait. That's not even in the same category. That's just a whole other nasty thing.
Queef. I mean, it's a sound. It's a sound.
Are you about to do it? No, I would love to hear. I would love to hear what you think a queef is. Why don't you queef with your mouth?
No, hold on. I got it. Hold on, here we go.
That wasn't bad. But I feel like that was like the sex queef. Isn't there like just a chilling at home, lift your leg up queef?
I thought all of them were associated with. If it's queef, I thought it was associated with sex. I thought that was the air escaping, the air from sex.
I thought you could just queef at home on the couch.
I'm pretty sure that's just a fart. If you've been chilling with somebody that's doing that, they've just been farting around you. That's completely different.
I have not heard it in person, but I do. I just figured in my head that it was like a Al Bundy. You can just, let one out.
Nope. Just horses. Just horses make that sound naturally.
So okay. We need confirmation though. Let us know in the comments if you could, if it's possible. You don't have to say that you do it or you know anybody that does it, but if just like a front fart is possible, or if it has to be like forced out. You don't have to. You know what? No, I'll take that back. You don't have to say it. You can keep that to yourself.
Hey man, listen.
Oh man, I didn't even think I'd be talking about queefs today. That's always a fun.
Oh,
it's always a fun surprise.
I just the word queef. Belly, and that's how I imagine that the pom lips can actually form vowels. Kevin Smith called it the pom lips. I'm sorry, the pom lips can actually form.
Can actually form vowels?
Yo, y'all be funny in these comments, bro. Y'all be funny in these comments.
Hey, MTM said it's possible.
Oh, okay.
The front part is possible. So MTM just be on the couch chilling. Just like
Hold on. MTM is a dude though. I'm not taking that from a dude. We only ladies can verify that. MTM don't know. He be trolling most of the time, bruh.
He can do whatever he wants on his own time. If he wants the front part, he can. That's cool. Cool with me. I'm not judging you, MTM. I'm not judging you. Speaking of queef, I'm gonna force this transition. There will be no queefing during the Olympics because Olympics been tripping recently. Apparently, they are implementing anti-sex beds to stop athletes from smashing, which is a very interesting story to me because it's like, number one, the beds are cardboard. Like that's the anti-sex thing. I guess it's like if more than one person is on it, it'll collapse, which is weird because a lot of people, especially buff athletes, are the weight of two people. But it's also like I've seen homeless people have sex. Like what is a cardboard box?
Listen, I'm so glad that you pulled this story because I was going to hold a poll on where's the most random place that you had sex, because a cardboard bed ain't stopping no show.
That's what I'm saying.
I've had it in public restrooms. I've had it in vehicles, multiple vehicles. I've had it in under a bed. I've had it in the bunks on tour buses, which
Under a
are
bed?
yeah, yeah. Pat, just go with me. Don't ask questions because the story ain't gonna be what you expect.
What
Okay,
position could anybody
side,
do under a
side,
bed?
side, side.
That sounds like okay. All
And
right.
just go with it.
Movie theater,
I
beach.
actually never did it in the movie theater. I always was afraid of getting caught, and I love the movies, and I didn't want to get banned from any of my favorite theaters. And I wasn't committed enough to go way out to a theater I didn't go to normally to go do it. So I just never did it on there. But like Miss Josie said, I do it on the floor. Definitely done it on the floor. Hell, okay, cardboard box broke. So what? I ain't getting a whole lot of cushion from that anyway. Now the box is on the
Right, that
floor.
sounds
The
comfortable.
box was on the floor before. It was just elevated on the floor. I'm still sleeping on the floor.
Also, smashing on a cardboard bed and having it collapse and then smashing on a collapsed cardboard bed seems pretty fun. You can pretend like you're the Hulk. And you can
Yeah.
just Hulk smash and the bed falls and all the other beds fall. But it's like the funniest thing is that you're trying to keep people with Olympic level determination away from smashing. Like these people are like more determined and focused than most people. Like I don't think this is gonna stop many people.
No time soon.
But I was also wondering, like, why are people smashing during the Olympics? Didn't you train your whole life for this? Like,
Yeah, but for some people, drinking is a release. Some people, recreational drugs are a release. Some people, sex is a release. So if you stress out, I'm like, I just need to get this nut off, and I'm too lazy to jack off. So,
but how much are Olympians smashing where this even had to become a policy? Because there had to be some wild stats from the last few Olympics.
Or maybe that's just the way, they're taking their precautions. I mean, listen, bro, you saw everything that they was banning. They seem very strict over there. So maybe they just taking it to that level. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know certain countries in Asia, they block certain things that you can even watch on the internet. Like they they might not even be able to watch this show on the internet. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like here's the crazy thing though. Like with every new development in technology, it's like it's always something that tries to hinder it or stop it. But it's like, bro, it's going to continue to get out. And some things are just going to happen. People going to smash. People going to look at porn. People going to watch Netflix. People going to do whatever. And you should be able to, especially like that's what this technology was created for, to make things easier. Like, you're not going to stop me from looking at anything I want to look at on the internet, which is why I use ExpressVPN. All right. It's like, I get to watch whatever I want to watch, and I don't have to worry about who's looking at my search history or any of that. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you go use the bathroom, right? You always close the door behind you, right? Because you don't want some random passerby looking in on you while you use the bathroom. So why would you let people look in on your search history or anything you're doing online? All right, using the internet without ExpressVPN is like going to the bathroom and not closing the door, people. All right. A lot of you guys probably don't even know that your internet service providers, whether it's Comcast or Verizon, they know every single website you visit. And what's worse is that they can sell this information to ad companies and tech giants who use this data to target you. So when you're getting all of those pop-ups, it's because somebody gave your information away. ExpressVPN puts a stop to all of this. It creates a secure encrypted tunnel between your device and the internet so that your online activity can't be seen by anyone. That means you can do what you need to do on there, all right? I use ExpressVPN on all my devices. It works on everything, phones, laptops, even routers. So everyone who shares a Wi-Fi in my place can be protected, and even if they don't have an ExpressVPN account. And the best part is using ExpressVPN is as easy as closing the bathroom door. You just fire up the app, you click one button on your phone, and you're protected. ExpressVPN is the world's #1 rated VPN. It's been rated #1 by CNET, by Wired, The Verge, and countless others. So you guys don't want to be limited in anything you do, but you also don't want to be spied on and have all your information, your likes sold to these companies. You got to deal with all of these pop-ups. you need to check out ExpressVPN. All right. That's your business. You secure yourself by visiting expressvpn.com/DIYS today. And then you get to use our exclusive link, all right, at expressvpn.com/DIYS. And you can get an extra 3 months for free. You heard right. Get 3 extra months for free when you sign up. That's expressvpn.com/DIYS.
What I've been looking at some of these crazy anecdotes from ESPN's story on sex at the Olympic Village, which is where all the athletes are. And yeah, basically what you're saying is right. A lot of these people are in their peak condition. A bunch of attractive athletes are in close proximity. And there's some pretty interesting story. Like a soccer player named Hope Solo did the Today Show, and he was drunk from the night before, where he was with like a celebrity. There's a javelin competitor who had sex with 3 women every day to stay relaxed, which is hilarious because he was a pole vaulter, which is just like,
you don't want him. That's one of the last people you won't stress, because if he can't focus, that pole is going in the audience. He's impaling somebody, either by the pole or by the stroke. One of y'all is finna get this rod.
Oh no, Hope Solo is a woman. Okay, so she went to the Today Show drunk after smashing a celebrity right after she won a gold medal, and she wouldn't reveal who was. But yeah, I guess the whole women's team did the Today Show drunk the next morning, which makes sense. If you won the gold medal, like, let the team go out and turn up. It's weird to do the Today Show the morning after.
Listen, bro, I hear that, but at the same time, it's like, it's always business. You know what I'm saying? Like, you celebrate, but always, like, because you knew about that interview. My thing is like, all right, this is just how I think, right? We just won the gold. Everybody ain't finna get an endorsement deal. I want one. I'm gonna go on the show. I'm gonna sell my personality. I'm gonna smile. I'm gonna kiss some babies, crack a couple jokes, and then in the morning, Kellogg's is gonna call me. But not if you drunk on the show, nigga. Kellogg's ain't calling your drunk ass. That's why Michael Phelps waited till he got back to the States to get blowed. He was big blowing. But over there, you wouldn't know it. Motherfucker was in game time. You always got to be laser focused when you on that shit, bro. It's still the Olympics. Whether you over there and you ain't competing or you've already competed, you know people are going to be interviewing you. So you got to be ready, bro. That shit just come with the territory to me. It's like once people started recognizing me regularly on a day-to-day basis, I realized I can't just run to the store looking any kind of way. Like, I can't. Like, because that's not how I look on camera. So when I step out, even if I'm just in joggers and a t-shirt, I'm still gonna be, looking presentable. I'm not just gonna be out here with mismatched socks and shoes that don't match. That'd be a weird combination anyway. But I'm just not gonna be looking like, ridiculous. Because you never know. Like, everybody got a camera on them, and that camera can tap into the Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, wherever, and people be like, "Man, Tahir out here bad. He on that bad dope." It's like, nigga, no, I'm not. I'm on great dope. You just call me, you just call me on a bad day on good dope.
I'm on great dope. Hey, the dope is good. That's my outfit at the time. That's insane. No, they were saying that in the 2000s Olympics, they ordered 70,000 condoms and it wasn't enough. So now 100,000 is provided for every Olympics, which is just like, okay. I forget that these guys and women have Olympic level stamina. So,
bro, 75,000 condoms wasn't enough,
Nick. And apparently, one of the swimmers said that Olympians will walk around for miles trying to sneak somewhere if they're given curfews. So, like that's what I'm saying. You add thirst to an Olympic level, like determination, focus, and stamina. You add some thirstiness to that, like you have no idea how far they'll go. They're walking miles after competing, like that's
after competing or after practicing. Because if it ain't your day to compete, you probably still practice, put a couple hours in.
This is insane.
Hey, man.
Some Olympic skiers said that some German bobsledders tried to trade her their gold medals for some, quote, group fun at the 94 games. They trained all that way, got the gold, and then was willing to trade it away.
Absolutely, because they was going to be like, hey, somebody stole our gold medal. Can you replace it?
They can do that?
I don't know. But I mean, you don't think that's what they would try? I absolutely do.
This is just a big old sex party / sports. Wow. I mean,
But are we surprised? The Olympics ain't nothing but an athlete's camp. And every camp, people will smash it.
That's
every camp.
Hey, these guys are really like turned up. It says by the tail end of the games, athletes who are done competing stay out to 7 a.m. greeting still competing athletes as they head to their events. Well, at least they waited till they were done. I was just like, why would you do all of that to get there? That's insane. Well, I mean, I guess that's why they have the cardboard beds. That makes sense. And it says all the athletes are insanely wasted during the closing ceremony. So, I mean, I don't be watching the Olympics like that, but I'm definitely going to be watching out for this.
Everybody got on glasses. Everybody on that joint like, yeah, hey man, hey.
This is insane. I'm looking at some pretty crazy stories. All right, well,
USA.
That's just the
USA. USA.
Not even just USA. I mean, it seems like Germans are smashing Australians, and it's just all types of...
Bro, you gotta think of it. This is the buffet of sex. In the sense of, you go to a buffet, so you can try a little bit of everything, right? You got some Italian food, you got some American meatloaf and all of that. You might have a taco stand, all of that. You got a barbecue. You want to try everything. This is that. It's the buffet of sex. I ain't never strapped with an Austrian woman. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I want that.
I mean, that must be how it is, though.
Ain't no African butt. You don't think I want some Ghana butt? I want some of that Ghana butt.
The fact that there are some random athletes from like Sweden or something who went to the Olympics and ate some African butt, that probably happened. That's very funny.
Absolutely. They be like, nah, come on, man. It's not like regular sex. We're athletes. We're Olympians. This is Olympian sex. How often are you going to get to say that you did this? You going to wait 4 more years to try this dick out? Nah, try to come on.
Each different country, but it's very funny to me. It's like a guy with just a big map of the world, and he crosses out every country he's eating the butt of.
He just puts a butt on every country.
Little peach emoji. Just ate some Russian butt. Just ate some Indian
living my Jeff White said around the world in 80 nuts.
I mean, however you get the done. Maybe that was their Olympics. They're like,
this is why we got to do the show live, bro. We got to do this show live and have people live tweeting. Oh, nigga, that's gonna be so dope. It's gonna be so dope. I'm looking forward to 2022 when we can really just map this out, bro. Because my schedule is so ridiculous right now. One of my homies tried to book me for a Monday show in OKC, and I put a poll up to see how many people was gonna come out. We had the numbers, but I was like, bruh, if I do that on a Monday, I'm gonna miss all the shooting for this day. We're gonna have to do it virtually. And it's another day I don't get to see my family. And I would be flying back Tuesday, finishing everything that I didn't get a chance to do on Monday, uploading everything, and then Wednesday filming all day with Kev, and then leaving again Thursday. I'm like, I can't, bro.
Sheesh.
I'll get the money next time. I appreciate the opportunity, but like now I'm at the point where it's like I want my time more than I want the money.
Yeah,
I'm tired.
Because I mean, I feel like the desire to make a shitload of money, even if even if you're like really, really hungry, a part of it does settle when you're comfortable. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
when you don't have to worry, that settles. But I mean, obviously, we still have we still grind for it. But like at some point, you kind of have to get your life back and get your like
Mm-hmm.
back, and it's always a good a position where you can turn things down comfortably.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Well, you grind hard, but the goal isn't to grind hard forever. So when you get to a place and you feel like, okay, if I stay on this path and slowly increase this and pull back on this, then I can have a more fulfilled life for me. Angel, we were in the green room talking about everything we got going on. Uh, she got going on, Kev got going on, I got going on, me and you got going on, and I was telling her, I was like, yeah, I think we have to get a producer. Like, even if we go to the new studio, if we find somebody that can find the stories and all that type of stuff, and we already got a hippie putting the ads on the calendar. We need everything turnkey. She was like, all right, well, write down everything that you do. Now she said, write down how much you think you make in an hour. And this was genius. I encourage anybody that's up and coming, or got a business going and you've been doing everything yourself. I encourage you to do this. She said, write down what you think you make in a day, or well, a week first, then a day, and then figure out what you make every hour. Let's say you make $300 every hour based on what you make in a day, based on what you make in a week on the time that you're working.
right.
And she says, write down everything that you need to do for that money to continue, and then write down everything else that is like that would be considered administration that helps you do what you need to do, right? So like, submitting emails, uploading stuff, rendering, labeling, titling, all of that type of stuff. All the administration work that you have to do, you can hire somebody to do that. If you're making $300 an hour based on the amount of time you're working and your income, you can hire somebody to do that administration work at $20, $30 an hour, versus you spending an hour doing it yourself, potentially losing $300. You can pay somebody a fraction of that to do that, and now you freed up yourself to either make more money or relax.
Hmm.
And when she broke that down like that, I was like, "Nigga,
That's
that's crazy." But
that's
it
dope.
makes sense. And that $300 isn't us, guys. I was using that as a base number. But it doesn't matter, like, because here's the thing, that $300 an hour isn't for 24 hours. Nobody's working 24 hours a day. It's just an amount of time that you spend working in a day. What would you make in that day? Divide that by the amount of hours you work in that day. And that's how much you make in an hour. And if that amount is sufficient to pay somebody to do some of that work that you would have to fill your day with, pay somebody to do that so you can get that time back and
Hmm.
save yourself the headache. You ain't making all this money to save all of it. You're making this money to make your life easier. But if you just
Right.
want to work as hard as you did from day one, and delegating responsibility and work doesn't mean that you're lazy. It means that you're a good businessman and a good leader. Because you got to learn people. You got to learn their skills. You have to learn the way that they do things and accept that. And if
Right.
you can still move around and still be successful by delegating work and being a good leader, then you're still advancing in your career and your craft and your path. I
Hmm.
love this journey for you, kings and queens.
I like that. Well, I mean, and it's not only that, like, freeing up your time can open you up to doing something else that makes even more money in that hour. So
Hmm.
it's really about expansion. I just read about a delegation system that I really like. It's not really breaking down to the numbers, it's breaking it down to interest. It's called the ABCD method. And basically what you do is you write down all the things that you do in order of your interest. So A would be all the stuff that you do during work that you love doing and
Hmm.
you have fun doing. And then B would be like, I like it. It's not that it's I don't love it, but it's like I don't mind doing it. C is literally just like I don't really mind doing this, but I kind of don't like it. And then D stands for delegate, because once you get to D, that's the stuff that you don't really like, and then that's all the stuff that you can potentially think about giving to other people. And now you're doing only A through C, and that means at some point C is going to move down to D with the more stuff that you do. And I think that way works really well, because then it's like you're always doing something that you like doing, which
Mm-hmm.
you'll be better at it, you know?
I like that too, because I'm just gonna use D for don't like, and I tell you what I don't like: going to the grocery store. That's why I hired HelloFresh. Okay, because I hate going to the grocery store. I hate parking. I hate remembering my bags. I hate walking up the bags up the stairs. Because here's the thing: I ain't going back downstairs. Whatever get left in the car gonna be left in there until somebody else go out there or until tomorrow. If you don't come up the stairs with all your bags, you weak. I don't care if you got 60 bags, you better break your arm trying. That's why I go with HelloFresh, man, because I get to avoid all of that. HelloFresh cuts all the stressful meal planning and grocery store trips so you can enjoy cooking and get dinner on the table in just about 30 minutes or less, man. And that's something for everyone to enjoy. With recipes designed and tested by professional chefs and nutritional experts to ensure deliciousness and simplicity. Simplicity. That's what life should be about. We have all of this technology. We have all of these means of communication. We have all of these things that we can take advantage of now. Life should be as simple as possible. And that's why HelloFresh is America's #1 meal kit, because they are the king. They are superior when it comes to simplicity and making things easy for you. And not only that, it's a great value. HelloFresh is 28% cheaper than going to your local grocery store and 72% cheaper than a restaurant meal without sacrificing the quality. Now, if you could save money and still have the same high quality, why wouldn't you do that? I'm listening. You ain't got no reason, because you know you're supposed to be doing it. So listen, guys, I'm a big fan of HelloFresh. We've been promoting it for a while. It makes it super easy to have people over. We don't have to think about what we're gonna cook. Whatever's left, we're gonna pull one of those recipes, and this is what we're going with. I don't have to think and stress about all of that type of stuff. I'm in the kitchen, uh, sauteing stuff and zesting other things and prepping it, and I feel great. It only took me 20 minutes, but it don't look like it, and I feel like I'm the man. And everybody should get to feel like they're the man or the woman. So I encourage you guys to check it out right now. Go to HelloFresh.com/DIYS14 and use the code DIYS14 for up to 14 free meals plus free shipping. That's the cherry on top, ladies and gentlemen. So again, go to HelloFresh.com/DIYS14 and use the code DIYS14 for up to 14 free meals and free shipping. I encourage you guys to check it out and see why we call HelloFresh America's #1 meal kit.
HelloFresh will teach you how to make some pretty
man
things.
It's the stuff that I never even thought about. Like you might have had at a restaurant, you'd be like, "Oh, I didn't even know I could cook that. I thought this was reserved for like professionals."
Yeah.
So I love cooking meals like that. It was like, "Oh, this is great." Now this has become one of my favorite things. So,
little chefs. All right, it's time. Time for the big one.
Oh snap!
Let's talk about. We don't hear about this a lot, but let's talk about this Nevada woman. Nevada, they got some wild things going on in there. We never hear about it in the news. But let's talk about this Nevada woman who was just arrested for breaking into a dentist's office multiple times. So, Tahir was waiting for this one.
Yes.
Let me just break this down, and then we will dissect it.
Okay.
So Laura Each, 42. Just want to give you guys the visual real quick. Just so you have a face for the story. Broke into a dentist office and took 13 teeth from an unconscious patient. Literally pulled 13 teeth out of this poor patient, which is weird because I didn't know, you can get the anesthetic and then the dentist just leaves you. But apparently it came to police attention after the dentist office after hours alarm went off. An officer says she stole $22,861 in cash and checks. I had no idea the dentist's office held that kind of money, but okay.
Me neither. I thought they did night drops. Like, why would you just have that? If you don't have that on hand, why isn't it in the safe?
Right. It seems like she just kind of went through her desk or something.
So
But
initially, she went in, she stole 13 teeth. She was like, "I'm finna make a killing with the tooth fairy." And then she came down off of her high. She was like, "Shit, the tooth fairy ain't real." And so she was like,
I got to go back for something actual now. But I don't know. Do teeth sell? This might be a dark question, but how much do teeth?
I don't know if teeth would sell because they make porcelain teeth that don't get cavities. So why would someone buy used teeth from a human if you can buy fresh porcelain teeth?
Oh, that's adorable. Because I was starting to get actual numbers. Apparently, the Colgate website has average tooth fairy price in case a parent wants to check it out. But in 2018, the tooth fairy was paying $370 per tooth, which I never got.
$3.70.
Hmm?
$3.70.
Yeah. Which is a decline of 43% from the previous year's 413. So prices of tooth is going down. But if you're talking about something not so adorable, okay, well, this just got dark. How much are your body parts worth? No.
Don't search that before you turn on your ExpressVPN, fam.
Yeah, I'm not gonna read that. I think my Google has gotten enough. But yeah, 22K, and some random person woke up with 13 teeth missing, and when he asked the dentist literally said, "I don't know who did this." That's the wildest story. You woke up with half a smile, and they're just like, "Yo, I have no idea who that
Bro,
was."
first of all, most places of business when it comes to healthcare have doors that have to be buzzed in when it comes to you going to the operating room. You can't just walk in these places. So if you're going to a dentist, urgent care doctor that does not have this safety option in play, get out of there first. That's number one. No one should just be able to walk back there without being buzzed in. My dentist, you got to be buzzed in. My doctors, you have to be buzzed in. The only place you could just walk in without being buzzed in right now is just the pharmacy that I can think of. Everywhere else, you got to be buzzed in. You check in, you sit in the waiting room. They come out, they open the door, they call your name, they walk you back there because the door is either locked or you need the badge to get in. So, what is really happening?
Pretty genius. I would never think to rob a dentist office. Like, you've literally seen zero heist movies that even glazed over dentists, which
That's
is
true.
weird because, like, obviously, like you said, it might be harder to get into a dentist office. But if you're thinking of like all the secure things that hold a bunch of money, it's probably pretty low. And if you think about gas stations, people are going to gas stations and getting, multiple, like, crazy, like, jail sentences, and only robbing like $30, $50 from or like a fast food restaurant. But like, this dentist office, and it was in Nevada. So imagine what like an LA or New York dentist office would have. But like 22 racks, she's like, as weird as she is with that picture and that story, she's probably like a decorated criminal in Nevada. Like, that's a pretty good takeaway.
Here's the thing though, out of all the health places, you're most likely to probably find like the checks and stuff at a dentist office because you think about like when it comes to plastic surgery, most times you have to put down a deposit before you can even get your date, right? So let's say you get a procedure that's cost $10,000. You got to put down half of that up top. Nobody's really like, you're not really
Right.
walking in with 5 racks on you for the second half of that deposit. It's probably electronic, right? And most people ain't like in our age range ain't really using checks like that. So, but the dentists, because procedures sometimes range from anywhere from 200 to like 2,500. People will walk in with cash. People will walk in with checks. So that's not it's not actually a bad idea. I mean, it's a bad idea, but from a criminal standpoint, she's pretty spot on.
Yeah, if she just didn't pull the teeth out and did that, it'd be a pretty clean robbery. The fact that she went for the teeth first, then came back for the money is like, okay, some twisted shit going on here. And also, it's like, what did she do with the teeth?
I'm seeing a lot of people say, like Sherry Barnes said, that means the victim under anesthesia was unsupervised. That's a lawsuit. I don't know if it's a lawsuit. I can attest to being numb. I've never been knocked out and left in the room, as far as I know, because usually when they knock me out, they about to go to work. I mean, I've only been knocked out for like to get my hernia fixed, and I think the first time I got a cystoscopy, they knocked me out. But they don't knock you out anymore for the cystoscopy. They just numb your urethra with this gel, and then they just go inside of you while you're still awake and you see everything on the screen. But with the dentist, they will numb you and let it take full effect, and then they will leave the room, and then they'll go work on another patient while it's fully getting in effect. And I remember this specifically because, like, I was like, "Why are they leaving me in here for so long? This numbing don't take that long. They put the little numbing gel on your gums, and then they shoot you in the gums with the needle, and that numbs the inside of the gums and your teeth. But it don't take a long time, like tops 10 minutes. That's the very tail end of it. That stuff works so fast. So why she had time to snatch out 13 teeth is beyond me.
And she wasn't caught at 13 and was like, let me get up out of here. She did her thing, left, and was still inconspicuous enough to come back the next day, which is like, okay, that means because I mean, when that person woke up, it was obvious that somebody came in and did some wild stuff. So they didn't like improve the security from night to night. It was just like somebody's breaking in here. I have so many questions, and then they're all fucked up.
Yeah,
Jesus. Now I don't that's probably one of the weirdest stories we've actually talked about on
yeah.
this.
The assistant usually comes back in the room, Sherry, to check on you, like to see if you need the little thing, that's the suction to get the extra spit out of your mouth or something like that, and if you need any water like that. But they usually don't stay in there with you because the dental assistant is usually with the dentist. Most dentist offices don't have just one dentist, and they have like 3 or 4 dentists that went in on a practice together, and they may have 4 to 6 dental assistants, but usually all 6 aren't working, all of them not working at the same time. So those dental assistants are helping the other dentists at the time. So if they're waiting for you to numb, you're usually not in the room the entire time with somebody. Yeah, that's just from my experience. I can't speak for everybody's experience, but my experience from going to the dentist is that.
I didn't even think about this, but obviously the first time she broke in was during work hours because I was in my mind it was 2 nights in a row, but then we'd be like, why would there be a patient in there unconscious? So clearly the first one was during work hours.
Mhm.
Then she broke in and the alarm went off. Um, but yeah, I guess she busted in a back window. That's how she got in. She busted in a window at the dental office. There was a cash drawer, and she really went 23 racks. It's nice.
That's that's on them because there's no way they're supposed to have that just in the cash drawer without being locked up. That's supposed to go in the safe, bro. When I worked at White Castle, all the money was in the safe. When they were about to put the tills in the drawer, they opened the safe and then they put the money in there. Actually, the tills were usually already pre-counted and they were set inside the safe. The safe had the upper and the lower part. And it's like, bro, why wouldn't y'all have a safe? How y'all got a whole practice and don't have a safe?
That's so messed up because clearly she's not a dentist. So that means that she probably did like a really rough
Oh,
and sloppy job at pulling the teeth out. So I mean, Jesus, that person's gum and mental must be really messed up right now.
I cannot
They don't
even
have a lot
imagine.
of information on the actual surgery part though. Like everybody just said she pulled 13 teeth out of a patient. Like there's not a lot of going from like article to article.
Man, imagine if that person just went in for one cavity or one filling or one
Right? I'm here to get my
one
teeth.
tooth removal, right? And they came to, it was like, what?
Oh, here's the plot twist. Apparently, She claimed she had worked there earlier in her. She's not a dentist, but she did work there earlier. So maybe she knew how much money it made. I don't get why the first time she broke in, she just did the surgery and left. I don't. That part is still very
probably a
interesting.
customer that was being rude to her, a patient that was rude to her. She was like,
I got your smile.
"This looks like James that was talking shit when I asked him to refill his form." Okay, nigga.
She okay. She I could see that. If it was like a passion, like that's why, because 13, you got to be kind of strong to pull a tooth out, I'm sure.
Bro, that's like stabbing somebody. That's a crime of passion. You stab somebody, you gotta be close to them. You keep stabbing. That's why anytime that somebody gets stabbed in a killing, they say it's usually someone that's known. They know the person because it's a crime of passion. So they wanted to like really drive the point home. So it's like to stand there and pull 13 different teeth out of somebody's mouth. There had to be some type of connection, bro.
And she's in her 40s. She wasn't no spring chicken. She's in her 40s too. It's really impressive. Now that I read more about it, it's very weird, but there's a lot of impressive parts of this story. Not even gonna lie. They're just not talking about this fake surgery enough for me. But that happened, you guys. That's Nevada women. I don't know if there's anybody from Nevada in the chat right now, but get your girl.
I would lose my mind. I can't even imagine what I would do when I first woke up. And I'm supposed to have one feeling, and I feel 6 teeth on the top and 7 on the bottom gone. I wouldn't know who to call first. Like I would be. You ever been so frustrated you just want to cry because you don't know what to do first? You call the cops, you call your family, you yell, curse. Like, dude, let me tell you something. This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp, and we really appreciate them for everything they're doing with us and everything that they're doing for the community. When it comes to just having somebody to listen unbiasedly to you, you know, that's where you really need to tap into BetterHelp. Now, I really want to be clear about this because BetterHelp is not a crisis line, it's not a self-help line. This is professional therapy done securely online. And there's a broad range of expertise available, which may not be locally available in many areas. The service is available for clients worldwide, so you can log into your account anytime, anywhere, and send a message to your therapist, and you'll get a timely and thoughtful response. Plus, you can schedule weekly video or phone sessions so you won't ever have to sit in an uncomfortable waiting room as with traditional therapy. BetterHelp is committed to facilitating great therapeutic matches, so they make it easy and free to change therapists if needed. It's more affordable than traditional offline therapy, and financial aid is available. BetterHelp wants you to start living a better life today. All right. So I want to encourage you guys. As I've told you, I've been a big fan of BetterHelp since we first started rocking with them. I myself have signed up for BetterHelp, talked to my therapist. And I myself have done traditional offline therapy. So I can give you all the pros and cons for both of them. And I'm be honest with you, they're on a lot of cons for BetterHelp. The way they make it very easy for you to get match with someone in under 36 hours, under 48 hours is fantastic. That is phenomenal because you really don't get to see that in the offline world of therapy. They also encourage you guys to read the testimonials. They have tons of reviews up there. They update them daily. You can go to betterhelp.com/reviews and read those. And you get to see how people really feel about them. These aren't people who get paid to do it. These are people who are really giving their testimonials. And we encourage you guys to visit betterhelp.com/DIYS. Again, that's betterhelp.com/DIY/DIYS. And join the over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health with the help of an experienced professional. In fact, so many people have been using BetterHelp that they're now recruiting additional therapists in all 50 states. All right, so special deal, special offer for our listeners, all the damn internet too scary listeners, because this episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. We want to let you guys know that we're going to get you 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/DIYS. Again, get you 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/DIYS.
All right, getting back into these wild stories. I got a question for you in the audience, because this has kind of been an issue that's been brewing since I took sex ed as in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like there's so many weird pros and cons on both ends. It's an interesting discussion. So obviously, kids are having sex younger and younger.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's weird. It's almost like an uncomfortable conversation to, like, what age should you talk to kids about it? What age? Because like half people feel like talking to kids about it will make them more interested in it, and they should just be kids. And the other half think that, it's better to be safe and preventative. But it's becoming problems in certain places. And one of the headlines that's going around right now is that Chicago just announced that it will provide free condoms to all public school children ages 10 and up or in the 5th grade. So, this is obviously very, very controversial.
Mm-hmm.
10 very, very young. So I guess, some people feel like if the kids are doing it, they should have a chance to do it safely. And some people are just like, yo, they're kids. We should be more preventing it from happening altogether. And I don't know how I feel. Times are very, very different from when I was a kid. So I don't know.
Times are very different. I really feel like even with the internet, though, you can still kind of limit what your child is exposed to.
Mm-hmm.
For the most part, because unless they have a phone or a tablet, they can't just go on the internet unless you got them a computer or a laptop, something like that. So without those devices, they're still kind of limited to what they can see. Of course, there's sexual scenes and kind of PG-13 scenes in movies and shows and things like that nature. But if you anything like there's scenes like we still make Kendall close her eyes and we watch a movie. Hey, look away, girl. And we've had to talk with her. She knows everything. She knows all about sex, condoms, how babies are made, the LGBT community, all of that. But there's still certain things like, all right, this was a little rough. All right, this one they getting graphic. All right, even some anime, we'd be like, all right, yo, not this one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's one food anime and people be eating the food and having orgasms. Like, yo, what's happening here? Like,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I'm like, I get it because I've been that way with food before, but it's like, yo, chill out, man. So I think you still can limit the amount of access that your children have to that, but I am also not against informing people or educating people so they can make an informed decision. That being said, it really comes down to what the parent is comfortable with. But I would tell any parent sooner than later, because the things that you think your child does not know is naive about, you are naive. Children know when parents aren't vibing. They know when something's not right and y'all about to split. They're very intuitive. They pick up on energy the same way adults do. Y'all think that it takes puberty to learn and read energy. If animals can read energy, why do you think kids can't?
Right.
Kids can definitely read energy. So their perception isn't as delayed as we often think that it is. So I would say, man, you know your child. You know the type of jokes that they crack to see what they can get away with. Like one time the kid said something about these nuts. And we was like, y'all saying that again? That was something we said when we was kids. Yeah, we said that. It was like, oh, okay, cool. Don't say that shit around me. There's a lot of stuff you could do, but that one, you know what I'm saying? So like you know what jokes they do, so you kind of know what they're talking about with their friends. So, I would say gauge that. I'll have a real conversation with it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm more the mean disciplinarian, but the kid also knows that if she has something that she really needs to know. She can talk about it with me. Even if I'm not going to like it, I'm still going to hear her out, give my honest opinion. So,
That's true. I mean, obviously, educating them is probably the smarter of the two, because keeping things away from kids is kind of in my opinion, it seems like it's a thing of the past. You can do your best, but social media just kind of broke that door wide open. It's just like
mm-hmm.
obviously you have parental controls and stuff, but you can't control anything. And it seems like every example I've seen was like, the more strict or the more controlling the parent is, the more the kid wants to do
Mm-hmm.
whatever they can't do. So it's just times are changing, so we just kind of have to get used to weird headlines like that. But hey, it happens.
It definitely does, man. A lot more than people want to give it credit for, but it definitely does happen. And it ain't no slowing it down. I remember when they were talking about doing this at like 13 and 12, and now it's 10. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? There ain't no slowing it down. All you can do is just prepare and
Mhm.
brace for impact and hope that you equip them with enough information that they make the right decision. And the right decision may not be something that everybody else agrees with, but at least they can make a decision if they are going to practice sex that they could do it the right way, the safe way. Last thing you want to do is see a pregnant 11 or 12-year-old. You be like, bro, what happened?
Right.
It happens. Don't get me wrong, it happens, but it's like, did that child feel comfortable coming to you, letting you know that they were even interested in that?
Right.
Because you try to shame people who do talk about sex with their kids, and your child heard that, and they were like, "Well, I can't go to my mom or my dad about it."
That's
So,
true. I mean, yeah, that because once you see a pregnant kid, it's just like, I should have I should have talked to him first, or him or her first. So that does make sense. So
mhm.
it's a rough combo, but it needs to be said. This conversation's a little bit easier though. We talked about this a long time ago. Do you remember I had this random story where some police officers just like got out of their car and
The
beat
raccoons,
uh,
porcupines,
porcupines to death?
yeah,
Super random. They just popped back up in the headlines because I guess that went to trial, and there were cops in Maine, which is a place we talked about never going to. Uh, cops get jail time for beating porcupines for no reason at all. They were fired, sentenced to nearly a year in jail with fines and probations, which brings back the same thing we were talking about when this first happened. That is a harsher sentence than cops are getting for taking away lives. So
absolutely.
that's wild as hell. That is wild as hell.
Sounds like I need to go into
Fired.
the porcupine business, start selling porcupine uh, jackets. That's the only way we're gonna get a little respect. I also think that, and I don't know this for sure because I haven't done the research or the stats. I really want to know what the stats are for cops that do use excessive force, or use deadly force when it wasn't called for, because I feel like they only tell us about the big headlines, but I know there are some in these small towns, or these and even not so small towns that just might not have made national news, that I want to know the stats on that too. I just want to be informed when talking about this, so I need to do a little bit more research myself, because that's crazy. Porcupines are
Pork.
more protected than black humans.
These cops were actually fired, and they have to do time in jail. And it's only $1,000 fine, but still, it's like that already is more than people are getting for shooting black people.
Hmm.
And it's like, cops who shoot black people will get a leave, no fired, no jail time, or barely any. Like,
Hmm.
these cops lost their jobs because they killed a porcupine. I've never even seen a porcupine with my own eyes, and there's not a lot to say about that. That's fucking infuriating.
It really is.
That is wild. And I mean, speaking of speaking of privilege, this is another quick story, but Paul Allard Hodgkins, just received his sentence, and this was the guy who was carrying a large Trump 2020 flag on the floor of the U.S. Senate during the Capitol riot. Remember, this is the not only is this the first guy who was charged so far, but he broke into a federal building, and stayed there and looted it, took things. So so this is obviously a felony. This man received 8 months in prison. Now, I don't like sitting there looking at like, oh, that person should be in jail longer, blah, 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 blah. But these two stories is just like, fam. The Capitol riot, when the Capitol riots happened, there was a very small part of me that was just like, okay, this is so hypocritical. We have to see something. We have to see something. After all those BLM marches, like, we have to see something. And we did it. And now it's going to the courts where it's just like, all right, we got to see something here. I mean, this is the law part of the police, how they handled it on the scene. We're just like, okay, that's hypocritical. But we've been seeing hypocrites with police and politics for our whole lives. Now it's coming down to, this was on TV. This was everywhere. This was clearly a federal attack. This was a terrorist attack. And this nigga got 8 months. That's insane. That is insane.
Let me tell you something. They better have him in protective custody, because if they are publicizing what his duration is, his time is, if they put him in a regular cell with niggas who got 5 years for less than a gram of weed, they gonna beat the shit out of him.
I hope they have vegan food in jail. Remember that guy?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like, fam, y'all were tear gassing people who were just going like this. Hey. And then y'all escorted the white people out of the Capitol building. And then even in the courts, y'all proved that this is one of the most, that shit is trash. This is a very weird place we are in.
Very weird. Very weird.
All right, I'm gonna end on a funny story, because this is just, all right. This is the headline: a most wanted fugitive was just arrested because they commented on the police department's Facebook page. Social media is not for everyone. This is a girl named Lorraine Graves. She's been wanted by the police since March for being accessory to murder. So this is very serious. You want to lay low. The Tulsa Police Department made a post on Facebook calling on people to come forward with information on her whereabouts. It was literally a post about her. She was in cuffs, chilling. Graves took matters into her own hands and commented on the post asking about reward money. She said, and by the way, her Facebook page is named Lorraine Graves. No change. She commented, where's the reward money at? What apostrophe S, where apostrophe S? Where's the reward money at? It's hilarious because like underneath comments are like, girl, you better stay off social media. They can track you. Dylan ain't going to be funny when you get processed. Well, that's exactly what happened because she was later arrested, according to Yahoo News. Cops did not have to look very far. Within hours, Graves had responded to the Facebook page that was about her. Yep. That is the dumbest reason to be in jail. I mean, obviously, she wasn't that smart, so she was probably going to be found in some way. But who knew that Facebook post would be the reason that they found her? Not a tip. She was literally tracked to her house.
Come on, shawty. You got to do better.
We have to do better. But I mean, she already was an accessory to murder, so she kind of already started off on
Right.
the foot.
But
But
still.
Facebook turned you in. You didn't even get snitched on. You were just dumb. She probably thought it was like something like cool, like this criminal is like leaving breadcrumbs, but not when it's a laptop that you're keeping with you. Like Tulsa, what's going on over there, y'all? What is happening over there, y'all? That's
Wow.
a story.
It's quite the thing.
That's quite the story. Shout out to Lorraine Graves. That's not even a cute charge. Like, it's not like she stole a loaf of bread and was like, haha, you'll never catch me. This was murder. So
yeah. Yes, it was.
play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching another episode. Hope you guys had a great time. We had a great time. Shout out to the Scary Squad for tapping in, man. We've been having a good time with y'all, man. If you guys are watching or listening, you're not part of the Patreon, make sure you join. We get to talk with you guys while we're doing this live, and it's super cool. It's super cool to see you guys interact. And this was just have to do until we can actually get on the road and take the show live, but that is in the plan. So, as always, I'm Tahir Moore.
I'm Patrick Cloud.
And we will see you on another episode of Damn Internet, You Scary. Peace out.